Hi everyone, thanks for joining me on my channel. My name's Katy and I run a hen party site called Plan the Hen. There I share loads of tips on how to plan the best weekend ever, everything from accommodation, activities, places to go, accessories to buy, pretty much anything that you might need in order to plan a really good hen do. Today we're going to talk about hen party activities. So if you have ever been asked to plan a hen do, or if you're planning your own hen party, then the first thing that you're probably going to get a little bit overwhelmed by is how to pick what to do. Because especially here in the UK, we are completely overwhelmed with options and different ideas for what to do for a hen party. So I've put together a list of hen party ideas in the UK and we're going to run through them now. We'll start off with some kind of obvious ideas, but some of the most classic, most popular hen do activities and ideas, and then we will move on to some slightly more unique ones that you might not have heard of before, especially if you're looking for something to really surprise the bride with, something that she might not have done before. It's really nice to do a new experience together when you're on a hen party. Often you've got lots of different friends and girls coming together who haven't met each other before, and so it's great to have something that's going to get you all together chatting and give you kind of something to help you get to know each other. So idea number one on our list of the top 50 hen party ideas is a pretty classic one, and it's your classic hen night or day out. So this is kind of going back to the origins of where hen parties started. It was obviously originally a hen night, often happened the night actually before the wedding, which kind of is unthinkable to us now when you think about how you might be feeling the next day. Not many people do that anymore, but you could if you wanted to. And so the kind of classic origins of the hen night is just a classic night out with your friends, heading out on the town. There are loads of amazing places to go out in the UK. I'm actually going to add a list of the best hen party destinations in the UK in the description below, so do go check that out. For our second hen party activity tip, we're also going to keep it quite classic and we're going with the afternoon tea. So this has been a long-standing, really popular thing to do for a hen party. The great thing about an afternoon tea is that it kind of brings together loads of different generations. So if you're having a hen do where you've got all your friends coming, but you also got your mum or your aunt or your grandma coming, then an afternoon tea is kind of something that most people can get on board with. It's not too raucous for your grandma, but you can also make it really fun. You could make it a champagne afternoon tea, so there's a little bit more fun there for the younger people, or maybe for your grandma as well. And the other great thing about afternoon tea is that especially when you're going as a large group, you can usually get quite a good deal on your afternoon tea booking, because you can get a kind of group discount and things like that. We have got a list on Plan the Hen of the best afternoon teas in the UK, so I'm going to leave that in the description below, so go check that out if afternoon tea is your bag. Our third suggestion for a hen party activity in the UK is something also quite classic, but maybe something that lots of people haven't done before, and that's a cocktail making class. Now I feel like for most people who are going on a hen do, kind of 20, 30 something girls, then knowing how to make a killer margarita is kind of key knowledge. So it's a great activity because it's something that everyone will enjoy. Even if you've got people who don't drink alcohol coming on your hen do, then most places will offer a mocktail, alcohol-free option. So it's something that everyone can get involved with. You're learning something new, and the best part is that you have to drink everything that you make, so you're going to have a really fun time. Number 4 on our hen party ideas list is a hen do spa day. So this is a great option if you want a really laid back, relaxed, complete chill out day, get away from everything and use your hen party as an opportunity to just hang out with your closest friends, wrap yourselves up in a fluffy white bathrobe and chill out in the sauna, in the jacuzzi, then this is just a really good option. My next idea for you is to do a cookery or a baking class. So this is something that is really good if you're looking for something that's going to get people chatting to each other, but is actually very inclusive to everyone. And there are some really fun ones around. There's even one where you do a baking class with one of the former Great British Bake Off contestants. I think it's based in London. The one I went to was in London, although that was a few years ago now, so they might have expanded around the country. But it's definitely worth a look to see what kind of fun cooking or baking classes there are in the area where you're going for your hen do. The next idea is to do an outdoor assault course or high ropes course. So one of the most well-known ones that you might have heard of before that have got lots of locations around the country is Go Ape, but there are of course lots of other options where you are doing high ropes and climbing and various other assault course type things. There's a really good one which I think is based in Nottingham. I will place a link to it in the description, which is actually called the Bear Grylls experience. So if your bride is a big Bear Grylls fan or is just a really outdoorsy, likes kind of those really scary outdoor assault course type things, then setting some kind of challenge like you all taking part in something like an outdoor assault course might be a really fun option. One thing to bear in mind with choosing this hen party idea is that it might be that not all of the hens can take part, so you might find that one of the hens just doesn't want to or isn't physically able to, or if one of the hens is pregnant they might not be able to, so you might want to just integrate your hen party assault course as part of a day of other more inclusive activities. But it's definitely a fun one. You'll get some really funny pictures that you'll look back on in years to come, and yeah, everyone will definitely have a good time, if not be a little bit scared. Another great idea for a hen party is to all go to a bottomless brunch. Now, I don't think any of us need any excuse at all to go to bottomless brunch. They've become really popular in recent years and they make a brilliant hen party activity. The great thing is that you can book an area or a table for a group of you and then go on to another hen party activity later on. Obviously, loads of different kinds of bottomless brunches, themed ones. So you've got like drag bottomless brunch, Ibiza bottomless, that's hard to say, Ibiza bottomless brunch, and obviously loads of other ones. We really love the idea of the Borley-Ballerson bottomless brunch. Haven't actually been there yet. If anyone's been to Borley-Ballerson for the brunch, then do let us know in the comments what it's like, because I've heard it's really good. That's in London, and I think they might have one in the north as well now, I'm not sure. So definitely check out the bottomless brunch options in the city that you're in, and it just makes a really fun hen party activity that will be great, especially if you're in a large group. Moving on to some hen party ideas that you might not have heard of before. So obviously you've got your really obvious ones, some of which we've covered, but I know that lots of people are looking to plan a hen party that involves activities that lots of people haven't done before, and having that kind of new unique experience is a really good bonding exercise, especially if you've got hens who don't all know each other. So our next and more unique hen party idea is to inland surfing. So there is a place in Bristol, or near Bristol, and it's called The Wave, and there they have got a 180-metre long surfing lake, and there you can either do a surf course, or if you are already a group of experienced surfers, then you can just book to have an hour or two on the surfing lake with the waves, and it's just a really fun experience. One thing to maybe think about is the fact that you might have people of different surf abilities in your group, so you might want to book a class just to get everyone up to a similar level, and yeah, it's a really fun idea for a hen party. Another unique hen party idea or experience that you might not have heard of before is to do an alpaca walking experience. This is something that has cropped up, I'd say, in the last 5 years or so, where some alpaca farms around the UK are offering a 1 or 2 hour alpaca walking experience. So you and the hens will do a meet and greet with some of the resident alpacas, and then you will go out on a walk where you'll each have an alpaca on a little lead, and you'll walk with the alpacas around the farm or around the local countryside. It's definitely one of the most random things, but I would say think of the pictures you're going to get of you with all these alpacas, and it's definitely something where you know that all of the hens will go back to work on the Monday after the hen weekend, and say, I did this really strange random thing at the weekend on a hen party. I did an alpaca walking experience. So definitely one to think about, particularly if the bride you're organising the hen party for is a animal lover, then she might really appreciate this slightly different hen party idea. Our next suggestion for a hen party activity is axe throwing. So this is something that again has become quite popular in recent years, but lots of people have never tried it before. So if you tell the hens that you're going to go and do a surprise activity and then it ends up being axe throwing, they probably won't have guessed what the surprise activity is. I think it comes from a medieval kind of sport or something, but essentially you all go along and there's an area set up and everyone gets an axe and you have to throw it at a target. And obviously there's prizes to win and things like that. And you can see who's the best medieval axe thrower. I think this one's actually a really popular stag party activity. So you're likely to bump into a few groups of stags there, which might make the hen party even more fun. And of course, if the bride is getting a little bit stressed out about wedding planning, then throwing an axe at anything is going to feel really good. Another great hen party idea is to organise a Crafternoon or some kind of crafty arts and crafts experience for the hen party. This is one of those very laid back, low-key hen party ideas. If you've got a bride who really doesn't want to have any kind of big, raucous centre of attention affair, then something really cute and crafty is going to go down really well. And of course, you can really customise it to the types of crafts that the bride is interested in. So you could do something like flower crown making or flower arranging. You can also go a little bit more kind of hen party niche and do something like garter making, and then you can all decide which of the garters the bride is going to wear on her actual wedding day. You could also do something like, if the bride was planning to do her own flowers for the wedding, then you could get in a load of dried flowers and all make the bouquets and the buttonholes and corsages for the wedding. I actually did that on a very laid back hen do. It was actually a hen party that someone had at their own home, and so it worked out as a really relaxed but completely also nice and not super expensive hen party idea. And I really loved it. I thought it was a really nice way of everyone getting together, having a nice relaxed afternoon, getting to know each other, and even the non-crafty people really got involved, and the craftier ones kind of helped the less creative ones put together their bouquets. And it also means that you're getting together everyone to help you prepare something for the wedding, which is kind of what it's all about, I guess. So that was a really nice, I really enjoyed it. It's probably one of my favourite hen parties I ever went on. So if you've got a bride who would appreciate that kind of thing, then definitely think about doing a kind of crafty hen do. My next idea for you is going to take a little bit of guts to actually go ahead and book it, and I have to say I haven't tried it myself. I don't even know if I would, but it is dinner in the sky. So in London there is a place that will serve you dinner where you are suspended 100 feet off the ground. So you'll all sit around a table, obviously I think harnessed in, otherwise that would be even more scary. And the table is then lifted off the ground and you are served champagne, drinks and a full dinner right up in the sky. I have to say, I don't know if everyone would go for this, but again, think of the pictures you're going to get, and it's going to be definitely a memorable experience. So could be a fun thing to do for your hen do. If you have got a bride who is really into theatre in the West End, then one really good hen party idea would be to organise a day up in London where you then finish the day by going to see a West End musical. There are loads of really good West End musicals on at the moment, or the ones that are running permanently that are obviously great for a hen do. The one that really springs to mind would be something like Mamma Mia, but there are of course loads of great options, also some temporary shows up in the West End which you're really going to enjoy. And of course it doesn't have to be in the West End. There are loads of amazing theatres in cities around the country, so definitely have a look what is going on in the city where you're heading for your hen do, particularly if the bride loves the theatre, because it could be a really fun evening out for everyone. Another great idea for a hen do, and this is a particularly good idea if you're having a hen do at home or if you're hiring a hen party house somewhere to all stay away for the weekend together, is to hire a butler in the buff. So probably everyone's heard of a butler in the buff before, but I'm just going to explain a little bit what they are. And so essentially a butler in the buff is a guy who will come to a hen party or is hired to come to a hen party, and he tends to wear just a little apron and is otherwise pretty much naked. And he will serve you drinks, sometimes host party games for you, and generally just tries to make the evening really fun. With some of the butlers in the buff, you can also do things like life drawing, so they combine the experience, and it's definitely a fun thing that everyone will remember. If you're keen to have a butler in the buff for your hen party, then we actually have a guide on Plan the Hen about how to hire a butler in the buff, how much it costs, and everything you need to know basically. So I will drop the link to that in the description so you can have a look. And my final hen party idea suggestion is a murder mystery party. The really great thing about doing a murder mystery is that it's something you can do either at a location that you have hired, so at a hen party house if you've booked one for the weekend, or you can just do it at home if you want to keep it really low budget. You can just buy a murder mystery in a box game. There's loads of them available online. I can put a link to some below. And then you hand out the roles to different hens before the hen party, and in there they get told what kind of character they are going to be playing on the evening, how they should dress, what kind of an outfit they should put together, and the rules that they should follow in order to play the game. So I won't say too much more, but if you haven't done a murder mystery before, then definitely look it up and see if it's something that you might like to try as a hen party idea. So thanks for joining me for this list of hen party ideas. I really hope that you found something in there, ideally that you've not heard of before, or maybe just something that you think will make a really good idea for the hen do that you're organising. If you've got any other ideas, of course there's a huge amount of options of what you could do for a hen do, then please do drop us a comment below. And if you've ever been on a hen party and did a really amazing experience, then we would love to hear what it was, so please do let us know in the comments below. In the description box, I'm going to add a link to a whole list of even more hen party ideas. I think on the article there's over 50 ideas. Thanks for joining us, and if you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe so that you'll be shown all of the upcoming hen party content.